Welcome to Deprogrammer Channel. This is your host, Ari Stone. If you haven't already, please subscribe and click that notification bell and share away. You can also follow me on my other social media platforms for regular updates as well. This is just a short video to start showing people more about how dreams actually work and how David Wilcock and Corey Goode show up all the time in my dreams, and then days, weeks, months, or even years later, they do the same or similar things in waking states. In the particular dream vision I'm going to share today, dated December 24th of 2020, it relates to the YouTube parody video that Stephen Cambian posted on TruthSeekers YouTube channel February 22nd of 2021. In my dream vision, there are two David Wilcocks. There was one that is the regular Wilcock, and the other one I referred to as the knockoff Wilcock. One of the reasons I have observed for there being two Wilcocks, and based on thousands of my other dream observations and experiences, this feature sometimes has to do with the artificial intelligence frequency neural network overlays complements of the United States Department of Defense, the DoD, sentient world simulation, and other big corporate entities pushing these organic brain to artificial intelligence brain neural interfacing programs. Now, really quickly, these programs overlay our organic brains with their super advanced artificial intelligence brain or neural network, which in turn impacts the production of chemicals in the body. And ultimately, these chemical alterations create personality alterations or multiplicity of personalities thereof, which essentially has to do with mind control. And these overlays and frequency overlaps can be visually observed in dream states. And they are not always a bad thing. They are just something to be aware of when dreaming and observing other people and things in those states of consciousness.
And so you can think of it just like fiber optic cables that you use to send signals over the internet that connect people to the internet. It's the exact same thing, only a wireless application of that. And so once you have connected the targeted individual with the frequency and they resonate together, then you have a perfect avenue upon which to send and receive information back and forth. And that's exactly how they manipulate someone's thoughts. They send voices into someone's head. They manipulate their emotions. They manipulate their behavior. And then that's also how they receive back from the individual in real time the vital signs, the emotions, the thoughts, what the person's seeing, what the person's hearing. And then all that information, of course, is rendered on a computer elsewhere via software, and it can be monitored and tracked in real time.
At the moment, we're digitalizing all our activities. Our physical, like a bit of the organic and the digital are merging. And of course, we're using, for now, data technologies, general technology. But in terms of, as we put artificial intelligence, especially right now, machine learning and algorithm-driven technology and IoT, and then blockchain with smart contracts, we're creating something new that is the digital transformation and the foundational techs that are much more sensitive and much more neurologic in the sense that they touch everything. And of course, all of us will be part of this, especially as DNA becomes completely digital.
The brain doesn't distinguish between these signals.
This isn't real. What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
So unfortunately, it gets into very dark topics of trauma-based conditioning we do remotely. This group of targeted individuals at the comfort of your own home, it's as if they brought you into a lab for alien dissection and whatnot.
Your brain reality is your reality. And if in fact I can import information into that brain and take outputs from that brain and link that to an avatar so that brain thinks that it's embodied and moving in the world and experiencing the world, can we do this? Yes, we can absolutely yoke brains to machines to create these interfaces.
So you imagine you have two neural networks, and it's a field of study that I've done quite a bit, and they're trying to learn each other. They're trying to communicate. And well, let me give this analogy. You have a spouse. After a long time, you can complete each other's sentences.
So in this December 24th, 2020 dream vision, the real Wilcock, which I think of as the organic or original personality of Wilcock, he's talking with the knockoff Wilcock, which I think of as the artificial intelligence frequency overlay personality of David Wilcock. And in the dream, the knockoff Wilcock is crying about a mistake he made during a presentation. He was extremely upset about how he made this mistake and where he'd said the wrong date that the plague occurred on. The incorrect date in the dream was seen as being the fault of a person in a think tank type group, and that person had written the incorrect date on the slide and the knockoff had read it publicly, and subsequently the knockoff was extremely upset over this mistake and literally crying, and he was ready to throw in the towel while the original Wilcock was comforting him. While I watched this event unfold in my dream vision states 2 months ago, I thought the knockoff Wilcock was being rather prima donna about it all. Now we fast forward to Stephen Cambian's David Wilcock parody video posted just the other day, and what do we see? We see David Wilcock crying about a mistake he made, where he got the date wrong. He'd expected 3 days of darkness that never happened, and he says this inaccuracy is the fault of his intel providers, and he can't help if the information is wrong. And we see David Wilcock being so upset, he's basically crying about it all, and he's thinking about throwing in the towel. We also see Wilcock talking to himself to encourage himself to stop crying.
We are screwed, man. You think this is all natural? You think nobody's coordinating any of this stuff? You think I want to talk about this? You think I want to be up here on this fucking camera talking about this shit? I'm sorry. I didn't know it was going to get like this. I didn't know it was going to get this bad. And I'm the positive guy. I mean, I always try to make it positive. But you have to do it, okay? This is all real. Okay, I gotta pull it together. I'm really sorry. Holy crap. Good. And I'm sorry. I didn't want it to be like this, and I thought we could work hard enough that it would be quick and easy, that 3 days of darkness would come really, really soon. God. And honestly, if you're a spiritual person, and you understand that we're all one, and that the teaching is forgiveness and love, it's overwhelming to know what I know, and to know that I could lose my channel, just for telling you the truth. The truth as it was told to me. I can't prove some of this stuff, some of it I can. I'm just telling you what I know.
So here you can see the literal similarities of my dream vision to the actual waking state occurrences with David Wilcock. And this kind of thing happens to me all the time, seeing people in my dreams and then seeing them doing the same or similar things in waking states. So it's not just David and Corey all the time, but they are definitely some of the most prominent and regular visitors in my dreams. In my dream vision, the mistake had to do with a slide about a plague that occurred 100 or more years in the past. In waking state, David Wilcock's mistake was for a 3 days of darkness thing that never happened. Now I point you to this. In the Christian Bible, in the book of Exodus, there are the famous 10 plagues of Egypt during Moses' time, and the 9th plague was for 3 days of darkness. A quick Google search showed the estimated years of the Bible's 3 days of darkness plagues occurred between 1570 and 1440 BC. So there is the plague reference connecting it with Wilcock's 3 days of darkness mistake.
And I'm sorry. I didn't want it to be like this, and I thought we could work hard enough that it would be quick and easy, that 3 days of darkness would come really, really soon. God.
The plague reference also connects this dream vision with dozens of other dreams of mine in a more symbolic way, and now I know what to look for next in waking states because of this and regarding my situation with Corey and David. Really quickly, a couple elements in this dream vision of a more symbolic nature that I interpret based on my own thoughts about certain elements present include the real David Wilcock making the knockoff one an iceberg lettuce salad with ranch dressing. Now, my first thought in this particular dream vision as I was writing the word iceberg was of the infamous iceberg that sunk the Titanic ship, and Wilcock's fake news is basically like the Titanic's iceberg, and it is a sinking ship. The second symbolic clue I'll share about is that the ranch dressing reference connects this dream vision with one in Corey Good's email box since 2017. However, I won't divulge the date I sent it. Corey can dig around for it. But I know even more about what I'm looking for to occur next in waking states with both Corey and David sooner rather than later, because this dream vision that I shared here with you has essentially activated those connected ones. Lastly, Corey Good also showed up in this David Wilcock knockoff dream vision disguised again as a sibling of mine, so I also know to look more so at my dreams with him using that particular disguise, and I can expect more of those ones to occur sooner rather than later in waking states. Notably connected ones are the marriage dream that Corey Good loves to talk about publicly, and another one that I refer to as Peggy Sue, where Corey appears in a couple of disguises, and one of them is again the sibling disguise, and then he appears as himself. You can read that one by following the link in the write-up below. So that's all for this little video. I encourage everyone to document their own dreams, take them seriously and even literally in some instances, and observe what occurs in waking states. Remember, souls visit souls while the physical form rests, and we basically plan waking state experiences. I'll be doing more of these short little videos to show people how dreams actually work and even literally play out in waking states. So stay tuned for more evidence of my dream visions where I see things in dreams first and then they occur in waking states. This is your host, Ari Stone, signing off. Coming soon, brain science related to Corey Good's neural health claims with all the mushy-gushy brain details and why they are so important for remote neural mind control.